Hello tacticians, today we're going to have a little discussion about the recent news. But before I go into any of that, I just want to say my usual thank yous, and today they go to Where Are the Tau? They're here. Hugo Brand 6, player 4191 and player 3847. All of you have used my friend code and it is very much appreciated as it really does help me out. So thank you once again. Now, we have just finished the event to unlock Lucien, and I've managed to get him to Epic and Gold, which is what I tend to aim for, and I'm going to get him up to Legendary with the Onslaught events. But the more interesting news is to do with the Survival game mode. They've already announced that it's going to be coming back. Trenton, on the official Discord, said, "We hope everyone is still reeling from Titus Space Marine 2 launch, along with our new feature Survival. We know we're still sinking our teeth into the feedback you all gave via the survey. We're excited to announce that we'll be running another edition of Survival mode this coming Halloween. And who would be a more fitting featured character for such an event than one who's possessed by a demon himself, Azcor, the Exalted 8-bound. This event will allow play from all his Chaos allies and cohorts to help him in his endeavours. We wish you the best of luck in preparing for the battle ahead. Blood for the Blood God." Well, this came as a bit of a surprise to me. I wasn't expecting it to come back so soon, and one of my recent videos I was saying the next new character with this would probably be either the Admech or the Necrons. Part of me is very glad I'm wrong because we're getting to see it again very soon indeed. It's also interesting to see that they're going to use this as a way for us to be able to get more shards for existing characters. And I welcome this. This is absolutely fantastic. The time investment required for Survival isn't massive, although each game did, that did take a little time, but you'd have to make sure you got time to play it. That's fine. And giving players a way to gain extra shards to existing characters is a great way for newer players to catch up, or for more existing players to get their characters from Epic to Legendary, or Legendary all the way up to the maximum tier of Legendary that you can get to. You've obviously got the World Eaters, and if you've got Khan, I imagine he's going to be very useful in this event. The Thousand Suns, especially Abraxas, are probably going to be useful as well, as we saw how useful Bellator and his buddies were in the Survival attempt for Titus. Then, of course, you've got the Death Guard, and probably the one you're going to want here is Nauseous, as he's going to keep your characters in tip-top condition. And don't shy away from Maladus. He can actually kill 2 characters a turn if you've got his passive leveled up. And then, of course, you've got your Black Legion. One character you should have leveled up by now, hopefully, is Angrax. You could easily pop him on one of the places where the enemies spawn in and watch him get a bit slap happy. So I think this is going to be very interesting to see if they change the event at all, or if it's going to be exactly the same as it was with the same enemies and the same map layout. But I'll update you with more information about that as I get it and I'm allowed to release it to you. And let's not forget Archimatos. Him summoning in demons as people die is going to be very useful indeed, just to make sure that your team lasts longer. Now, obviously, if you want your team to last as long as possible, you're going to want to have as many of these at Diamond or above, or at the very minimum, I reckon you might be able to get away with Gold just to be able to get through Wave 10, and then you'll be able to get those XP books, which are very much required. The Incursion has also returned, and I am filling out my roster by getting the one machine of war I have not unlocked, which is the Malleus rocket launcher, and this will complete my roster. The idea that I have, personally, is I want to have 5 machines of war so that I can use them in each one of my 5 defensive locations in the Guild War, as they can cause a headache for the enemy, as I'm sure you're more than aware in the ongoing Guild War at the moment. And lastly, this weekend, Vitruvius comes back for his final Legendary event. So if you haven't already gone on to tacticusplanner.app to arrange your teams and see who you need to gear up to help you unlock or finish off this character, I strongly advise that you do so. The only problem with this character is he has yet to find a home in any team, whether it's in a Guild War, the Guild Raid, Tournament Arena, or even PvP. He just isn't used, which is a massive, massive shame for a legendary character. If you ask me, all that really needs to be done to make Vitruvius useful is to remove the maximum damage that this Master Annihilator allows. You would then see him used in Neothroat teams to really deliver some massive attacks against those guild raids. And finally, announcing the winners for the Scroll Throne competition. And The 10 scrolls go to Mark W4351 and Pierre Perrault 1206 and Bayer N Munich 65 both get 5 scrolls apiece. I've both liked and replied to your comments in the previous video, so please get a hold of me and I'll make sure that you get your Just Rewards, and hopefully you'll get something nice from there as well. And since you guys are opening up some requisition scrolls, I thought I would do the same, so let's see what 10 will get me. So here we go, and ooh, 2 legendaries, that's always nice to see, but let's skip the animations. And 2 legendary sets of orbs, but to be honest, I'm quite happy about that, and I certainly hope that you winners get something nicer than I did. If you like these videos, then it would be much appreciated if you at least think about using my friend code, as it really does help me out. Or if you or your guilds are looking for a new home, please reach out to any of the guilds shown, as we'll always welcome new people into our midst. As always, don't forget to like, comment and subscribe, and I'll be seeing you on the battlefield.